Are you ready for some Star Wars? No, not Rise of Skywalker. Sadly, it looks like all the terrible leaks are pretty much confirmed. Yeah. But there's Mandalorian. Oh, yeah. Well, Mandalorian, the penultimate episode, episode 7, The Reckoning. So, we're back where we started with Mandalorian. He's returning to the scene of the crime, as he's obviously lured into a trap, but he has to go because he figures he can't just run forever. He needs to wipe these people out that are threatening the child. So he collects some familiar faces from previous episodes and forms his own little team with Gina Carano and Nick Nolte. And because I forget their names in the story. But anyway, off they go to come back to Apollo Creed, who was luring them into a trap with his Knights of Ren looking bounty hunters. And the trap is never sprung because they have yet another template of old cowboy movies and whatnot. They set up camp out in the desert and have a campfire and discuss plans and whatnot. But another part of old cowboy movies that never happens, they never did get attacked by pterodactyls. So there's these winged monsters attack their camp. Probably if they just put the fire out, they probably would have been okay. I don't know. But anyway, Apollo Creed gets seriously injured, and apparently these creatures contain a venom, and so he's pretty much done for until Baby Yoda shows us that yes, he does have the power to heal. This was hinted at in an earlier episode when Mando was hurt, and now it's confirmed that yes, he has the power to heal you, and I guess that's a power of the Force we didn't know about. And it's established here first, yeah, because apparently, yeah, you're going to see a lot of that in Rise of Skywalker. so a new Force power that we just didn't know about. So this changes Apollo Creed's mind, and he decides to go ahead and expose the plan, wipe out his own guys, and throw in with Mando. So now he has a team of 4. Well, if you throw in Baby Yoda, which you might as well, because his force powers. And his force powers are pretty tremendous, as we've already seen him lifting that creature earlier on. And then he pulls the Darth Vader trick on Gina Carano, because he thinks she's hurting Mando, but they're actually just arm wrestling. And so he chokes her. And then they realize, oh, wow, boy, there's something to this little kid. They still don't apparently fully understand about the Force or know what it is and all that sort of thing. But we do. So they continue to go with the plan to wipe out the Imperial officer, or ex-Imperial officer, however you want to put it. And they go in and they decide to come up with a plan to fool him, and they bring the cradle, but the baby is to be sent back to the ship where he'll be protected with Nick Nolte. And well, in a roundabout way, they're successful. Because the leader of the group does get killed, but by his boss, Gus Fring. Yes, Gus Fring. Who's apparently a Moff, whatever that title is. And he was the one who was really in charge. And he just pretty much wipes out, what's his name? I forget his name. And quite a few of the stormtroopers there as well. And here come the black-clad death troopers, I believe, that were introduced in Rogue One. So they appear, and then more troopers. And we get to see a TIE fighter land in a way we hadn't seen before. And, well, Mando and his pals are in quite the pickle. And meanwhile, if you really like Nick Nolte's character, I've got bad news for you. And so Baby Yoda is captured by stormtroopers riding on those flying motorcycles you saw in Return of the Jedi. Yeah, they got so. This will be the first one that's ended on a cliffhanger. So, and of course it makes sense. It's like I said, it's the penultimate episode, so episode 8 is going to have to resolve all this. And maybe we'll get some answers about Baby Yoda, but perhaps we'll have to wait for a future season to delve more into that. And basically, looking like it now, I'm thinking this is more of just dealing with their being on the run. If Mando is successful in defeating Gus Fring here. And there again, maybe Gus Fring will be a recurring villain for the series, and that they're just able to escape. But I don't know, because the whole point is he wants to eliminate the threat, but he might have to just accept that he can't, and he's going to be more on the run, and maybe he has more of a team now with Gina and Carl Weathers there playing the characters that'll now on his side. But anyway, continuing with, again, the cowboy narrative and all that, it's all fits in very well with it, and you get your little bells and whistles from Star Wars lore from the past films. And I'm thinking some of this is feeding into the Disney sequels, which is unfortunate. Hopefully they will use as little of that as possible, because, man, going forward, you just do whatever you can to forget those movies ever happened. It's just nothing good's gonna come out of it. But it's always that reminder that no matter how good something else could be, the damage those movies did is, I don't know if there's any recovery for it, but just by itself, Mandalorian has been a good series, and so I'm looking forward to the final episode, and we'll see what happens after that. But God, it's just, why did I have to go and mention the sequel trilogy? The Disney Star Wars. Boy. Well, you got Rogue One, and I know everyone hated on Solo, but that's because it had to pay for the sins of Last Jedi. But Solo wasn't all that bad. It's a masterpiece compared to Last Jedi, so yeah. Anyway, another good episode of Mandalorian. Better than the previous one, which I thought was the weakest of the bunch. But still pretty good compared to you-know-what. So, I'm rolling right along, and we're at the end just about. So I don't really think they had any major missteps here that was so bad that it shoved me out of the story, and that it says, well, then I don't want to continue with this. I foolishly sat through Watchmen, and so this is pure gold compared to that. Another good one. It's holding firm, and it's just, again, I keep coming back to, is this the future of Star Wars with Favreau and the Dave Filoni and all that? Yeah, it's a good team, but it's just, the radioactive fallout from what happened is pretty severe. So I don't know what you do, and you can't undo it, and that's just too bad. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. And also, follow me, or subscribe rather, to me at BitChute, where I also post my videos. So head over to the Mr. Nailsin channel at bitchute.com.